Hello, 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 and welcome to Epic Websites for Google Classroom and beyond. So this will be an amazing website. That's not correct. An amazing webinar coming to you from Charlotte. She's going to introduce herself in a second, but I do have some things to kind of share with you before we get started. So I'm going to take that off. So you do need to sign in at edalex.net/here. You can wait till the end to do that. I do leave it up for about 10 minutes, but you do need to sign in if you want the certificate to say that you were with us today. So this is my information. I am Desiree Alexander. I am the founder, CEO of Educator Alexander Consulting, and I am coming to you from Shreveport, Louisiana. And this is all of my contact information. So if you want to take a quick picture of the screen, if you would like to, of course, I'm going to be the one sending you an email. So you'll have my email at least, and I can always send you the rest of this information. But if you want to take a quick snapshot, I wish I was on camera so I can pose for you, but that's okay. That's okay. All right, I'm going to move on. If you're like, no, I didn't get the picture, that's okay. I can put it back up at the end. These are some upcoming webinars that we have. These two are actually, I'm teaching them, but they're sponsored by APEL, which is a, and I always leave the screen up for a second if you want to take a picture of this. But I am going to send it to you if you sign in. So if you sign in, I'm going to send you all this information. You don't have to worry about it. But these are two that's sponsored by APEL, which is a educational nonprofit in Louisiana that I work for. So I'll be teaching these two next week, Monday and Tuesday. So there you go. You can get registered for those. And then these are our other upcoming Educator Alexander webinars. We have the SLLA 6990 test prep. That's for my teachers who want to become educational leaders. You can sign up for that. Now that is a paid one, so sorry, but it is what it is. It's like a 6-hour class, so it is a paid one. But then we have our other webinars. So we have Be the Master of Your Craft, what SPED teachers need to know. And you can actually send questions in that this SPED panel is going to answer. Then we have Real Talk by educational administrators. You can send in your questions. This is the link that you can send in your questions for those panels. And again, if you sign in, I'm going to send you this information. But if you want to send them questions, it's really cool because they'll answer your questions for you. Okay, I'm going to move on. Any of these that you need me to bring back up, I will. And then these are the last two that we have scheduled for right now. We have some people who are scheduled. This haven't sent me their information yet. This is a backed by popular demand one, the classroom management one that I do in July right before you start school. And then we have templates for teachers on September 12th. So these are all of the amazing webinars. So you'll get all these flyers in the email if you sign in. We will do an evaluation at the end. This is all we ask of you guys. Please do the evaluation so we can know how awesome we are, but we can also know how to get better. So do the evaluation at the end. All right, and last but not least, make sure that you are signing in. I will repeatedly put it in the chat box. So what we're going to do is I'm going to stop sharing my screen and let our presenter share her screen. Okay, so while she's sharing her screen, I want to let you know how questions are going to work. So what we're going to do for questions for people who are here live with us, we are going to go ahead and type your question into the chat box as we're going. But I'm not going to interrupt her until she's done per section. So once she's done with her first section, I'll say, hey, these are all of the questions we got, and then we'll go through your question. If we miss your question, don't worry, we will come back to it. We do have, at the very end, I'm going to allow you to unmute your mics again. I did turn that off for now. I'm going to allow you to unmute your mic, and then you can just ask her a question, okay? All right, so I am going to mute my lovely voice, and I'm going to let Charlotte take it away. Hey, Charlotte, I'm not sure if you're speaking, but we cannot hear you. You may be muted. You are muted. I'm going to unmute you.
Hey.
All right, you are good, Charlotte. You were muted, but you know what? That's okay.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Good.
Hi, welcome on this great Saturday morning of the biggest change in our life. I hope all of you are well. I do have a cough, but I'm pretty sure it's allergies. I don't think it's anything else. So my voice is kind of, we have a lot of pollen here in Texas, so I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So I have curated about 40 apps for you. We're not going to look at all of them, but we're going to go as fast as we can. I see a lot of my Galena Park ISD people are here. Whoop, whoop, Galena Park. I'm happy to see you here. So a little bit about me. I'm Charlotte Britt Rogers. I am a campus technology instructional specialist. That's a long title. I help everybody on campus with their technology needs at North Shore 10th grade campus in Galena Park ISD. Before I had this long title, I was a special education teacher. I taught everything: math, reading, language, co-taught, history, science, everything. An ESL teacher, and I was a 504 lead teacher. You can email me at edtech.that. I have a Google voicemail here, and I'm pretty active on Twitter. Not as active as I'd like to be, but I look more than I post, I think. And there's a link to my website. So just wanted to say a little bit before we get going. We're all in this together. I mean, this is a new ground. In all of my administrative meeting I've been into, we have talked over and over again that we are writing this book as we change the pages, and that this is very new ground for us. From EdTech, we've got a chance to really change our practices and what we do. But in saying that, a lot of these apps that I'm going to show you today, students need practice with them before they become proficient. So I would not throw a bunch of new apps at students and parents right away. I would try introducing what you've already been using to parents because they haven't seen it yet, and then start adding these apps, maybe one a week or one every 2 weeks, but don't overwhelm those parents. I'm already hearing from them. They're already feeling pretty overwhelmed. So I've got, I'm over here. I can't see my whole screen. I think I'm going to make, okay, I'm there. I've got 5 sections: flipped lessons, interactive lessons. So I kind of went in order of how we teach. How do we get instruction to students? How do students interact with the materials? How can they collaborate together? Formative assessment. How can you see that they got it? I've got multimedia, just for projects, publication for projects. And then my favorite is tips, tricks, and my favorites. So let's get started. We're going to start with flipped lessons. This is the one that can be really overwhelming if you're not already using it. So I have only listed 4 up here. First, I want to talk about synchronous versus asynchronous. I think we know what that means. Synchronous means everybody is on like we are right now. Everybody can see, everybody can talk, and everybody can interact. Asynchronous is after the fact. We record the recording and then send it out. So the first one is my favorite. This is the one I use with my teachers and I use with students, is Screencastify. So can you all see that screen? Somebody unmute and tell me if you can't see that screen.
We can see you just fine.
So you can see Screencastify? Okay, so Screencastify is an extension. I had to switch unexpectedly to my daughter's computer, and I did not log in and get all my extensions. So, but it will be up here once you install it. Let me go ahead and add it. I'll add it to her Chrome. She's going to need it. My daughter is an Aggie, and she is very sad about what's going on right now, but she is home right now, but she'll return to College Station probably next week. So what Screencastify does is it just records your screen, what you're doing. It also works with Google Drive. It'll store everything in Google Drive, but what I like is that it will upload it to your YouTube account, and you can share it as a YouTube link. So it kind of looks like this. I'm going right now. Well, it's going to tell me to sign up. See, I had all this set up on my other computer. Well, let's see if I can sign in with Google real quick. If it takes a long time, I'm not going to do it. There I am. So we're setting up, sign in. It wants to use everything. I'm going to let it use my microphone. Next. Okay, so now I'm in, I can start. And basically it does, it records your screen. You can talk over it. Some of the things I want to tell you as a teacher, don't think you have to get it perfect. If you start and stutter and don't do it right or miss a step, it's okay. It's okay for two reasons. One is you can edit this, but two, the kids don't care. They don't know what it looks like. They don't realize, they think it's just normal school day. Hopefully they think it's normal school day. So I don't think they really worry. So when you're done, so you can talk about all this, you can use these pointer tools down here. And then, so like if I point on this and I point on this, when I get to the video, it'll put a big round circle around it. So this is over. I'm going to stop. And then it's going to show me my video. I'm going to skip the tour. And here's my video right here. And I can cut pieces of the video that I don't like. It's okay. It's okay for two reasons. There you go. And then you can cut the video. You can share the video to Classroom, or you can publish it to YouTube and it will give you a link. It's like, this is the easiest thing to use. So you can record your voice. You can record your face. In my master's program, the study we read is that students do better if they see your face. They want some kind of connection. So you can put your camera in there and use your, so they can see you also. And you know what? Teaching just got great. You can be business on the top and pajamas on the bottom. Haven't we always wanted that? I think we have. Okay, so that is Screencastify. The next one that I want to show you, I want to try to close out all these windows. The next one I want to show you is Edpuzzle. A lot of you have already used Edpuzzle. So you can take your Screencastify lesson that you made and store to YouTube, and then you could take it from YouTube into Edpuzzle and make it interactive lesson. So this is Edpuzzle. I'm going to have to log into everything again. Yesterday, I spent all day yesterday logging into everything. And then we had to switch computers at the last minute. Okay, so here's Edpuzzle. It's really easy to use. You can use your own link, or you can find stuff they all have, like here, oh, the Amoeba Sisters, they're wonderful. So then you can take this video and then you can insert your own questions, and the video will stop and answer your questions. Edpuzzle is free. There's nothing you have to pay for it. And it's a great way to send some lessons with some interactions to your students. So we're going to go back. Google Meet. So I listened to a podcast this morning, and they were kind of talking about Google Meet. Google Meet, you will have if you have G Suite for Education. If you do not have G Suite for Education, it will be Google Hangouts. It's super easy to do. You join, start a meeting, you name it, and then you just send out the link to your students through Google Classroom, and then they can join, or whatever learning management system you're using. It's super easy. One of the things they talked about in the podcast, look, this is like, what is that? Inception, inside one inside of another, one video inside of another video. One of the things they talked about with Meet, though, so Meet, all the students are there. You can't control what they're doing, and they can also hang each other up. So before you start a Google Meet, I would make another video explaining to them what your expectations are and that you know what they can do, which is hang each other up, and you expect that they don't do it. The other thing they talked about Google Meet is that it stays open for like about 30 minutes after you leave. So they said the kids come back in and talk to each other. I mean, that could be good, that could be bad. You know, they are lonely, but you can't control what they say when they're talking to each other. But it's a great way to get all your class in there at one time. And, you know, it doesn't always have to be instruction. You can just do a checkup. How are y'all doing today? What, you know, what interesting things have you found to do around your house? So the next thing I'm going to show you is YouTube Live. The podcast I listened to was Duct Tape Education by Jake Miller. And all the panelists highly recommended YouTube Live. So it, excuse my voice. So it's live, but the kids aren't joining in. So you don't have to control the background and what they're doing and all that kind of stuff. It also records it for you so that you can use it later for the kids that couldn't join you at the same time or couldn't log in. So you don't be afraid of YouTube Live. It's so easy to use. So all you have to do is see this little button right here, the camera. You hit plus and you go live. So we're going to go live. And you go live and you send out the link. Oh, it says it's not available. It's ready in 24 hours. So you might want to test that beforehand. Don't send it out. So get it ready and get the link ready and then send out to the kids. Okay, so that's the end of making videos for your lessons for instruction. How do I see all y'all so I'm ready.
Okay, so we do have, let's see, what does that mean they hang each other up?
They can actually push the button and hang the person up. They can kick them out of the meet.
Oh, okay, well that has been updated as of a day ago. So Google Meet did update to where students cannot remove other students, students cannot mute other students, and students cannot join after the teacher hangs up.
Okay,
so,
good.
Updated, I mean, really like yesterday, day before yesterday. Yeah, so they have fixed that. Having trouble hearing you because of some type of noise. Julianne, I'm not sure what that is, but I'm not hearing anything. I think everybody else may be fine, so you may want to hang up and come back in. And those were the only questions. You can move on.
Okay. So my next topic is interactive lessons. We're actually going to do some active lessons here. So every year, and my Glare Park peeps in here will tell you, I get one or two apps that I just can't stop talking about it. I call it the app of the year. So I have 3 in here this year. I have 3 apps. So I've gone from 1 app to 2 apps. So this year I have 3 apps of the year. So my app of the year is Pear Deck. I am in love with Pear Deck. It is so much fun. Our campus actually bought a subscription because our teachers loved it so much. So this is like Nearpod. It's a great way to get your slides and interaction to the students. So let me log in with Google. I apologize for all this logging in. I did this on the other laptop, so I'd be all prepared. But you know, with technology, if you're one of my peeps, you know, I tell you that you have to plan A, B, C, and D, right? All right, so this is Pear Deck. It is interactive. You can create interactive slides. The kids join just like they would with Kahoot or anything like that with the code. So they join with the code, and then your slide deck shows up. You can do instructional slides, informational slides, and then interject interactive slides in there. So we're going to do one together. We're going to do one right now. See if this works. We're going to choose a prompt. And I'm just gonna do, I like this one. How you feeling today? Okay. So you can open up another tab and join pd.com. And this is your code. Fragrant flashlights wish hilarious submarines. Or Frank, Washington, Howard, Sam. I don't know. They always make funny ones. So I'm waiting. Is anybody joining? Oh, I got 2 students. I'm going to wait till about 3 or 4 of y'all join. We're not going to spend a whole lot of time on this because I have some other things to spend time with. See how y'all are joining? How fun. And I'm just going to do this quick one right here. We're going to go ahead and start class. You can keep joining. The code stays up in the right-hand corner. So even if a kid comes in late or later, or in our case that we're in currently, you can just leave this up all day for them to come in. And I can see you responding. And I'm going to go ahead and show your responses. And look how it congregates. Keep going, I understand. And this is a great formative assessment for you so you can see where you are. You can also change this to, you know, or these down here, you could change these to, you know, I'm okay, we're all okay at the house. I'm a little lonely, or can someone call the house? We might need some help. And it's all anonymous, so the kids can't see it. So what do y'all think about that? I wish I could see y'all so I could get a thumbs up or a thumbs down. My North Shore people will laugh at that. They know that I love thumbs up and thumbs down. So I'm going to go ahead and close this out. I'll end it, and it will ask me, what do I want to call it? And I'm going to call it webinar. And I can save it, and I can go back later and look at it. I don't know why it keeps wanting me to verify my account. So we're gonna, and then it'll give you some takeaways. It'll like give you a summary, but we're gonna go ahead and go back home. The beauty of this is you can use it with Google Slides. It's an add-on. Let me go ahead and, well, I can show you right here what it looks like. Well, no, I can't. I will have to get on my presentation, which I'm happy to do. And if I go to add-ons, there it is right there. I open my Pear Deck add-on, and then I can start inserting interactive slides here. And then when I'm ready, I present, and it looks like what you just saw in the last presentation. So like I said, I am in love. These are your interactions that you have. You can just write text to them. You can give them multiple choice. They can enter a number. You can give them a website to look at. They can draw. They can draggable. This text means that it's just open-ended. You can ask an open-ended question. They also have this great template library where you don't have to build anything yourself. It's got bell ringers and everything in there that you might need. And you can change all the wording in here to fit whatever the lesson you're doing. So that's Pear Deck. Crazy, crazy about Pear Deck. Oh, one more thing I want to show you in Pear Deck. If you buy an account, most of this is free. This part right here is free. The Google Slide add-on part is free. Free. We love free. But this part right here, I think comes when you buy buy a subscription. Like I said, our campus bought one, and it is vocabulary, and it makes vocabulary lists and flashcards, and it has a game on there that you can play with kids. Oh, my voice. I'm not used to talking. Haven't been talking that much in the last couple of days, except on video conferences. All right, next one, Desmos. How many math teachers are out there? Right, you use Desmos all the time, and you never, ever shared with the rest of us the things you can do in Desmos. Why, math? Why? Okay, so Desmos is not just for math anymore. Can I send this link out to them? I don't know. I don't think I can. Originally, I thought that you could see things. So It is not for math anymore. Am I logged in? No, let me sign in. See, I was all signed in before. And now you can't see my stuff. I hope I'm not wasting so much time. Okay, so it's not just for math anymore. It has sorting on there. All those sorts where you've been cutting out those papers and everything, you don't need to do that anymore with this. It is so great. Let me see if I can. So, okay, I'm just gonna look down here. So this is an order, orders the presidents. This one lets you take a picture. So they could take a picture of their work or they could take a picture of them. This is a multiple choice question. This lets them draw. This is notes. If you want them to take notes on something, they can take notes and then copy and paste them in here. This is a table. This is an open-ended question. These are two sorting activities where they can sort. Let's see if I can launch this, and because this, I wanted you to I really wanted you to work at this. But like I said, Desmos is just not for math. When you first log in, you're gonna see all math stuff. Don't let it scare you. Don't let it scare you. So same thing, they go to students.desmos.com and they type in GQK space VU7, or you could give them this link and they can link to it, and then they can go in and start your lesson. And you can do a pace where you put them on the slide that you want them on, or you can make it where they can work on it on their own. So either one, you can send it out, make it self-paced. What is that? Okay, there it is. So this is you order the presidents in order. I did this with our TIS. We have about 21 technology instructional specialists, and it was fun to see how much they knew about presidents, because I was trying to show them. See, that's there. This one where you can draw the 3 branches of government. You can put your notes in there. This is just a table that I put in where you can do pros and cons, or any kind of table that you want the students to complete. Open choice. This is a sort. These are fun. So this is this is matching. And then here's another one. I wanted people to group them by Republican and Democrat. Okay, so that's Desmos. Is just not for math. The math teachers have been holding out on us. So that's Desmos. Okay, YoTeach. I just found YoTeach. It is super cool. It's super basic, but hey, we're good with that. So it's a back channel, and you can make it so you don't have to sign in. Like, it's so easy and it's free. So I can make a room. I'm gonna call it webinar. And I'm not gonna do any of these right now. I'm gonna create the room, and my nickname is Shar, and I agree, and I can submit. And then this is what I can do on here. Like I said, it's pretty basics, but I think it'd be easy to teach the kids. They can draw on here. They can type answers in here. They can take pictures. They can do math. It's a collaborative area. They have a whiteboard on here they can use. I have not used this with a class yet, so I can't tell you all the pros and cons, but I viewed it and played around with it, and I would really want to see someone using it with a class. It looks pretty awesome. So we're going to go back to here, and then my next favorite one is Wiser.me, Wiser.me, and they are interactive worksheets. Here's the deal. You're going to love this so much that you think that you need to buy it. You don't need to buy it. Everything that you want to do in here is free. So, and they'll always throw up ads and say you want to buy it, but you don't really need to buy it. You can make as many worksheets as you want. You can use worksheets that are already in here. Let's see, I did one for y'all so I can show you. And am I in edit mode? No, I am not in edit mode. Let's go back. I want to be in edit mode. Oh, there we go. Oh, maybe I was in edit mode. Sorry about that. Edit. I guess I was. So we have been looking at Wiser Me to work with our TELPAS students. If you're not from Texas, our English language learners have to take an online test where they have to listen and speak. So we're always looking for technology solutions that will let them practicing listening and speaking. But it makes this, it's got matching. I'm going to go down to the bottom so you can see. Open-ended questions, multiple choice, blanks, fill in an image, matching, a table, sorting, drawing, text, image, video, links. You can embed something, a discussion. Now these two you would have to buy, but I'm telling you, you don't have to buy it. And you can insert audio, you can insert a video from YouTube, and then it's super easy to assign. You go right here and you can assign it to Google Classroom. I think that's Edmodo. You can give them a link. You could set up classes in here if you really liked it and was going to use it often. But it's a great way to get some, some technology interaction with your students. It's a worksheet, so it's just like passing them out a worksheet, but it's a little bit more interesting to look at and work with. So that's Wiser Me, and those are the 4 interactive types that I have. Okay, so that stops that section.
Okay, we have about a question per product that you showed. We are at 11:34 right now, so I like to the time. So number 1, do you have any pros, I guess some pros and cons with Google Meet versus Zoom?
I think they're the same. Google Meet will work with, the kids already have Google Apps and they already have an account if you're using G Suite. If you don't have G Suite, the only thing about Zoom, like today where I had the issue, is I actually had to download it to my computer. So if your kids are on Chromebooks or app, well, there's probably a Zoom app, but if they're on Chromebooks, they're probably not going to be able to use Zoom as well. So if you're on a Chromebook, I would stick with Google products and do Meet. Does that answer that?
Yes, it does. Well, and they can tell you, but let me move on. When you talk about Parrot Act, does it time out, or can I leave it open in Google Classroom for some time?
You could leave it open. You close it.
For Desmos, how do you grade it, and can students see each other's work?
I think when you go into they can see each other's work. When you're done, you can go into presentation mode and you can pick the screen and the question you want to show on the screen on the website. And then the math teachers use it for grading, so it grades. I'm not sure how. Like I said, I'm not a math person. The math people have been hiding this from me, but it does grade because they take grades on it all the time.
Okay, and some of the questions I answered in the chat already. And then we have a couple about Wiser. So number 1, what grade level is it good for?
All K through college. I think it says K through 12, but I'm sure you could use it in college too.
Would it be good for bilingual, like first grade bilingual?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Does it have any activities for would these apps have activities for kindergarten?
Well, it's all it is like a worksheet that you put in there. So it depends on what you put in there. If it's so the draw feature would be great for your kindergartners. You can have them draw something that you want to see. So probably the draw, and they're not really reading that much, so not really multiple choice. I don't know, you'd have to kind of play around with it and see.
Okay. How are you using Wiser for listening and speaking?
In Wiser, let's see if I can go in there and show you. You can insert audio. So am I in editing mode? Create and edit right here. And where's my add button? I don't see my add button. I don't know if that's, let me go and just start one from scratch then, so I can show you how to do that. So I'm going to just create a worksheet from scratch. So it's your title here. And then when you get ready to add stuff, you can add audio. I'm not seeing it in here. We had a whole, why am I not seeing it? We demoed this, the specialist and I, and we were able to add audio, and now I'm not seeing it. And video. Ooh, audio. Because okay, here we go. There it is. So when you enter the question that you want, you can record your voice, or you can have the students record their voice, and then you can add a video. So let me see. Let me do that again for you. So
and I think that's about all the questions. Guys, if I miss any questions at the very end, we are going to have a question and answer period. We did have one more question. Someone asked you, will students have any requirements to work on wiser.me worksheets?
What?
I guess that's a question just for you, for your district, I guess.
We have some teachers who are using it, but not district-wide. Just certain teachers are using it. We haven't implemented it district-wise as a practice. Does that answer the question?
Yes. And guys, yes, a bunch of questions about, will this presentation be available for you? Yes, the slideshow and the video recording if you sign in. So I'm going to put the sign in link back in the chat box and take it away.
Okay. So now we're going to everyone's favorite formative assessment. I could have made see, I touched my face. We figured out the other day, I touch my face all the time. Ooh, this is going to change our habits, isn't it? So, all right, I'll just go ahead. I was going to make you discover which one was my new favorite, but this is it, GimKit. Have y'all seen GimKit? Are you tired of Kahoot and quizzes? GimKit is for you. Oh my gosh, it is so much fun. Let me see if I can start a game and show you. So let me log in. See, I had everything logged in. I know y'all are getting tired of me saying that. Okay, so what it is, it's like Kahoot or like quizzes where you put in the questions, but the kids compete against each other for play money. So each question they answer, they get money. Yeah, the kids like that, right? And then they can hack the game with it. So after they get $50, they can go in and they can double the money, or they can slow down the leader because it shows the leaderboard the whole time. Let me go through it real quick. You can give assignments, you can make a class in here, but what's really cool is this kit collab. Your kids can submit questions, and then the whole class can accept them or reject them. And then with the questions that were accepted, it makes a GimKit game for them to play. You also have seasons, so you can start like a season where they play against each other in multiple games, or they play against another class, and then you can see who wins. And then there's challenges too. Where did I put it down here? I had a GimKit for y'all to play that was, I had it all ready to go. Do I see it? Kits, here we go. Is this it? No, that's created 3 months ago.
I think you had the link in the in your presentation in the speaker notes, but we said that you probably didn't have time to play it.
Okay. All right. Do I have it there? Ooh, now I'm all messed up. Okay. So you need to go play GimKit. It is, there it is right there. We don't have time to play it, do we?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so we'll go on. So you need to go play it. It's fast paced. They get the questions, they get 3 answer choices, and then it gives them money. I played it with adults. It was so much fun. The next is Google Forms quizzes. You know, you can do a simple quiz that will give you the results, all the way up to branching quizzes, where if they get the wrong answer, it sends them to another link to review. So Google Form quizzes, you could also use it in Google Classroom. If you use it in Google Classroom, it shuts down everything so the students can't go look up answers. But the only thing about it is, well, I guess it's not a problem now that we don't have class periods. Before, during class periods, they have to finish within that class period. They can't save their answers and go back and finish their test. So if you're doing Google Form quizzes in Google Classroom, make sure that time frame is adequate enough for them to start and finish. Flippity.net is one of my all-time favorites. So it has a certificate quiz. It uses a Google Sheet, and it makes a quiz for you. And then after they're finished, they get you set their criteria like 70% correct or 80% correct. And then it'll give them a certificate. And then you can have them turn that certificate into Google Classroom to show that they completed the quiz. So if you haven't discovered flippity.net, I'll talk about it a little bit later. It is the best. It is the bomb. And then I have Pear Deck again. You can put in questions to Pear Tip. I think here's my pro tip. Pick 2 formative assessment tools and use them exclusively until both student and parent have mastered those before starting a new tool. So I think in what we're going through right now, let's not confuse the kids and the parents. Just pick 1 or 2 tools and just stick with them and repeat it over and over and over again. Okay, that's all I have for formative. Do we have any questions?
Yes, we do. So for GimKit, is it free or paid?
Free, free, free.
The whole thing is free now?
The parts you want is free. Is it all free? Oh no, here, there's an upgrade button. There's always an upgrade button. Let's see.
I thought you can get a certain amount for free, like a certain amount of games, but
okay. Yeah, I think you can get 3 for free.
Okay.
But you can delete the ones you've already used and then just keep
okay, she asked about, I like your template. Is it slide around? Is it slides carnival?
Slides to go.
Slides to go.
And I have it down in the in my favorite section.
Would we get a okay, Google quiz. Okay, that's just a thing. All right, everything else is for me. You're good.
Okay. So we just did formative. Now we're talking about multimedia real quick. Multimedia is a great way for students to make content and show you mastery of what they've learned. My favorites are, my very, very favorite is WeVideo. Part of it is free, but if you want to use more of it and more time, then it is paid. Right now, though, during the COVID-19, they're offering free for teachers, so I would super take advantage of it. WeVideo is a video editing. I actually pay for it because I use it so much, so I pay for it. But where do I log in? Log in right here. And the kids can actually edit video, or they can make a podcast with it and edit audio. So either one will work on this one. But like I said, they do have a COVID-19 plan. This is a super easy video editing. It's easy for teachers and it's easy for kids. So if you wanted to make some videos, also you could use that. Adobe Spark Video. It says it's like a video, but it's more like a slideshow. And then after you put the slides together, it creates a video. So it's kind of a misnomer, but you can add video clips to it. It's great for book trailers or presenting research. The thing I like about Adobe Spark Video the best is it has preset templates. So your students don't spend all their time picking their fonts and their colors. It's already in there. And because it's preset, they come out looking beautiful every time. So Headliner is a new app that I found. I really haven't got a chance to play with it, but I wanted to give this to you as an option. It's great for making videos that you would post on social media or for a podcast. It'll take your audio files and your pictures, and then it will kind of make a video for you. The last one I really want to talk about, I guess I have 4 favorites this year. is Anchor FM. Podcasting has been around. I went to classes at Region 4 back in the early 2000s. But used to, you had to have complicated audio equipment and you had to have audio editing equipment. But Anchor FM, you can make it on your phone and you can make a beautiful sounding podcast. We don't have enough time. I'll add on this, my podcast, I started right before the break. I was trying to do a teacher tip a week. And I've made a couple, and I made them in less than 15 minutes. So that's a great way if you want to get information out to your kids too. So I'm going real fast because our time is almost up. So is there any questions about that section?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so our next section, I like graphics and publication. When I was in the classroom, we first started doing it with paper and marker, and then we moved to doing it electronically. These are great for what we're in right now. You could do day in the life, best quotes ever, book trailer posters, movie posters, infographics. Canva is my absolute favorite. It is not free though. Most of it is free, but then you'll find something that's really cool and it's paid for. But Canva, you can make anything in Canva. I'm going to go ahead and go to Canva so you can see all the things the students. So the students can log in with their Google Classroom account. I'm hoping you are all G Suite people because I'm talking about G Suite a lot. And I just want to show you everything that you can make in here. You can make all of these things: posters, presentations, certificates, videos, cards, infographics. It just goes on and on and on. And they just added this stuff within the last 6 months. Used to be, it was only just poster. Well, it started out like Instagram posts and all that. So, and you can see some, I use it all the time. Here were tickets I made for a school dance. So you can kind of see that I use it a lot. So Canva is one of my favorites. Adobe Spark Post, same thing as video. It picks everything for you. So you're not picking fonts and colors and everything. It kind of picks it for you. So it makes it super easy. And our old favorite is PictoChart. It's been around forever. It's great for infographics. Okay. Any questions about graphics?
No.
Okay. Am I going too fast?
Oh, no, you're going fine, especially since it's recorded. You're good. Okay,
this is my favorite. This is a few of my favorite things. Okay, so lots of questions about annotating on top of PDFs. There are a lot of digital resources where they're sending parents PDFs. And I'm hearing from some of my parents, I'm not going to say any names, she's on here right now. One of my parents / coworker is asking about how do you annotate on top of a PDF. She says, I don't want to print all this off. Can we annotate on top of it? Yes, Cami, and it's a Google extension. And you open it up, you can draw, you can do text boxes, you can highlight, you can do all of that, and then you can save the annotations. It'll save it as another PDF, and then you can post that or send it to the Google Classroom or however your teacher's going to take up those PDFs. So that's the best one I found. I spent about an hour yesterday looking around to see. That's the one that I found that I like the best. If any of you have suggestions on how to annotate on a PDF, I'd like you to know. If you're a Google Classroom teacher and you use the Google Classroom app on your phone, their work will save as a PDF that you can write on top of. So it'll be their original Word document and then your PDF, or their original Google slide and then the PDF. PDF Candy, you guys, you need this. PDF Candy, look at all this stuff you can do. You can take your files and change it to any of these. So this has saved my life more times than you will ever know. So PDF Candy. This is the one I really wanted to tell you all about today. I was trying to rush through all the other stuff because I really wanted to tell you about this. Maybe I should have put this at the front. Classroom Q. We just started showing this to teachers, and I'm not going to log in. I'm just going to basically tell you what it does. It makes hand raising, digital. So if a kid has a question, you start a classroom queue, and it's just like they raise their hand, and you can see in order who it is that has a question, and they can even kind of type in what their question is. Let's see if we can log in and see it. I know we're running out of time. No, okay, I'm not gonna log in, but it's a way to that kids can get your attention, and you know who's next that you need to answer. So in our teaching online, this might be a really good tool for you to use for students to ask for help. Yell key, if you are gonna do some synchronistic teaching, what Yell key does is if you have a link you want the students to go to, it oh, I forgot the activity we're gonna do. What it does is it makes a link that they can type. So it'll be Yell key / big, something like that, or Yell key / tomorrow, not tomorrow, that's a long word, dog or something. And so the kids can type that in, and they don't have to type in letters and numbers and get them out of order and all. Free rice, I love that. These are all the things. So Slides Carnival, that was talked about before. If you want slide templates for Google Slides or PowerPoint, they have some really interesting ones that are really nice and pretty there. I have one teacher that makes the most beautiful slides for her classroom, and that's where she goes, Slides Carnival. Today's slide that I'm using, the template I got from Slides to Go. Go back when you get a chance and look at Mentimeter and Answer Garden for some answers. Don't forget about Google My Maps and Google Drawings. You can find that in Google Drive. I feel like I left out a slide somewhere. I did. Y'all, I skipped this whole thing here, right here, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Do we have time? Are we there?
Go right ahead. You have like 2 minutes, and then
Okay.
I wrap up.
Okay, then I want to, okay, so this is, remember how I said I had 3 and we decided to have 4? Wakelet. Wakelet is great for your kids. They can collaborate and make a, it's like a web page, an interactive web page where they can add all kinds of stuff. I'm so sorry I missed this one. I knew because I had activities in here for y'all to do. If you want to go back, and click on Google Slides, I actually have an activity for you to do in there. Jamboard. I want to talk about Jamboard. This is an interactive whiteboard that you and your students can share. We did this with the Great Gatsby at my campus, and he had them in groups of 3, and they shared a Jamboard, and they did different scenes from the Great Gatsby. And it was really cool. You can draw, write, text. It's just a whiteboard. It is in your Google Drive, and everyone's all-time favorite, Flipgrid. So I think I'm almost out of time. When you get this, go back and look at these, please. They're really good. And you are awesome. You are doing a great job from working at home and social distancing. And, you know, we've never been thrown this curveball, and we're doing a great job with it. And I am Charlotte Rogers. I am an Aggie mom. That's Reveille. If you're an Aggie or you're from Texas, you know who she is. And this is all my contact information. And last of all, I wanted to say thank you. I want to tell you that this presentation was curated from training materials from Galena Park ISD. I took a lot of this from our awesome Epic Apps TIS team. This was collaborative, and we came up with a lot of these apps together. And I want to thank GPISD and my coordinator, Michelle Young, for everything she does for her department.
Okay, we do have a couple of questions, and then I'll go through signing in and the evaluation in a second, guys. So do we just leave classroom queue on the whole time as we teach?
Yes.
On the
make the classroom, and then guess you put the kids in. Like I said, we just started rolling this out to teachers in January, and then they pop in and they put in their name and what their question is.
Okay, so let's see, on the PowerPoint, that she's talking from Will we be able to, yes, just like any PowerPoint or slideshow, you can click on it and go to the links. It's only, okay, can everything that you have shared with us today be used inside of Google Classroom?
Yes.
Would Jamboard work with other apps for younger students showing their math work?
It could work just for their math work. You wouldn't need to use another app. Well, like, what do you mean? Like you give them a worksheet or questions? I think I need more information on there. But it's a
Okay.
whiteboard, so yeah, the kids could use the pen and do their math. Does that make sense? I'm feeling
And then we are getting a, yes, guys, you're getting, if you, and I know people are like, please don't say that again. If you sign in, you will get a copy of this slideshow and of the recording. And that's awesome when they keep asking, because that means people are like, I want this slideshow. You will get it today, I promise, promise, promise. Which apps are best and most simple? Which of these apps are best and most simple to use in Google Classroom, especially for someone who is a novice?
Say that again.
Which of the apps are best and most simple to use in Google Classroom, especially if you are a novice?
Okay, so Screencastify
I agree.
or YouTube Live, either one, I think. On this one, Pear Deck is the easiest, and Wiser Me. Either Pear Deck or Wiser Me are the easiest. In collaboration, Google Slides or Jamboard or Flipgrid. They're both easy. Wakelet's easy too. I don't do anything really hard. GimKit is wonderful. It's easy to do. And then the flippity.net quiz is easy to do. And Google Forms quiz. Oh my gosh, I'm just saying everything's easy. And Adobe Spark Video and Anchor would be the easiest. And Adobe Spark Post. So Adobe Spark has 3 products. It has video, post, and page. Page makes a website. All of them are really easy because the design element is already in there for you, and it makes beautiful stuff. So I would say any of the Adobe Spark products. And then, yeah, Google Drawings and Flippity, if you haven't seen Flippity. I know that was a lot.
So thank you for answering that per slide. That was awesome. A couple more questions. And if you do have to go, please do the evaluation. But as long as you signed in, I'll send the email with the evaluation as well. And I keep putting signing on there. Jamboard is live? Question mark?
Live, yes. You can see their work live if they share it with you.
Okay. What is the easiest way to have kids take turns reading? I'm a small group intervention teacher, small groups, and I need to hear each of them read. Zoom, question mark?
So you want to hear them? Okay, so I have a new product. I didn't put it on here because I just found it and I didn't really feel like I could talk about it. It's called Edge. Is it Edge It? Is that it? Hopefully I'm going the right place. I'm not going somewhere wrong. This is it. edgi.it, and it's interactive learning, and it also does have voiceover. But you know, if you want to hear them read live, yeah, I would do like Google Meet for that. But if you don't need to hear them read live, in Google Docs, you can just have them insert a recording. They can record themselves and then insert that into Google Docs.
Another question, are the Slides app free? I'm thinking she's talking about Slides Go and
yes,
Slides Carnival, and they're both free.
They're both free. I like free.
And yes, recording is a great idea. Okay, so Charlotte, I'm gonna have you unshare your screen for me, please. And then guys, if you, I cannot stress this enough, if you sign in, you will get a certificate, but only if you sign in. I cannot just send it to, you know, we had over 100 people on this webinar, so I cannot just send it. Oh my gosh, I'm just clicking stuff I'm not supposed to be clicking. Okay, trying to share my screen and it's not going too well. I cannot just send it, you know, to anybody. So please make sure that you sign in if you want. There we go. Why is that so difficult? Make sure that you sign in if you want that certificate. So you have the evaluation right here, the signing right here. All we ask for these free webinars are for you to do an evaluation. So please just let us know how we're doing, right? I know it's a lot of information, but that's how we record. So we don't work, like we're not too concerned that you taking every note that you want to take. Just jot down what you want, but we're recording so you have everything that was said. And that's why I keep the recording going when we're answering questions. So if you have any questions, go ahead and throw them in the chat right quick. We are going to close this room pretty soon, but if you've signed in, you're going to get that email with like, please evaluate using this link. So if you didn't quite get to do the evaluation, that's okay. I must send it to you as soon as I put this video on YouTube. Okay. So you'll get this and within the next hour, you should get that email. If you do not get the email with the certificate, I'm going to say within the hour, send me an email. Okay, because something, usually it's you put the wrong email address in the sign in, or you know, something like really simple and small. So if that happens, definitely shoot me an email if you don't get it, like I said, within about an hour. I don't know where my chat window went. It just
I also want to offer my services. If there's anything on here that you want like a more in-depth on, just reach out to me. If you can't Google it and find it, I'm happy to make a quick video for you, or drop, you know, jump on a video conference and walk you through it.
all right. And did you give them your contact information?
I did. I have a Google voicemail that you can use, and it's on there. You may say it out loud or just let them look at it.
Up to you.
Okay. And it's 409-241-0198. That's my Google voicemail. I have an email at edtechthat@gmail.com. Or you can, like the kids say, you can hit me up on Twitter. I'm so hip. At TechNeatures. Don't make fun of that. We made that up when Twitter first came out. We were trying to smash technology and teachers together. So we came up with TechNeatures. And like I said, just reach out to me on any of those, and I'm happy to get back with you and help you in any way.
No, okay, so Tasha, no, just because you registered does not mean you're signed in. That's the link that I've been putting religiously in the chat. You have to click on the link and sign in. That's you have, as long as you fill out the form, you are signed in, guys. This is my first webinar with EA. Woohoo! I've seen you several times at CCA. Yay! Let's see. What was the new site that you showed? Edit?
Yes. I'll include it. I'll go and add it back into the PowerPoint.
And the link is on the screen, Tasha. The two big links in red, but I just posted them again. What is the, can you spell that? Are you putting it in the chat, Charlotte?
I will.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you. Okay, guys, so I think we are going to, let's see, I'm trying to scroll up. I'm sorry, I was playing window.
I think I'm only sending messages to one person.
Okay, where it says to, click that and click everyone.
I was just messages to my friend Vivian. Okay.
Did you sign it? I keep getting the message saying leave the meeting.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not sure, Teresa. You can definitely leave the meeting. We are done. And go sign in. I'm only leaving the sign in open for 15 minutes. So just if you haven't signed in, again, I put it in the chat. So I am going to take Wakelet is different than Padlet. Oh yes. Then I'm going to close the sign in. I'm gonna say at 12:20. Give people time. So 12:20, I'll close the sign in. The evaluation will still be active. Okay, thank you, Sandra. Okay, guys, I think I'm gonna stop the recording. Hopefully we got through all your questions. I don't know who asked this earlier about how do you record your screen and show your screen at the same time. I'm hoping you're still in here because I did write down that question. And you can use Zoom to record. You can use Google Meet to record now. And you can also use Screencastify. So, and that was the very first one that Charlotte showed you. So you can actually show your presentation, show your screen like we just did, and then you can also record it. Now with Screencastify, it's free for 5 minutes, where Zoom is free for 40 minutes right now until I think June or July, don't quote me on that. You can sign up with your school email and get unlimited time for Zoom. That's going to be on my distance learning website. Well, it's already on my distance learning website. So if you go to my website, educatoralexander.com, click on presentations, teaching, distance learning. And I can go get the link and post it here in a second. But there you go. Guys, just because you registered does not mean that you are signed in. So sign in. I think we had about 250 people register and about 110 come in. So make sure that you sign in. I cannot say that enough. I cannot send you the certificate if you're not on that signing list. Charlotte, you were amazing. Thank you so much.
This is what I like. I like just to throw a bunch of different stuff out at you and maybe one thing will stick.
Yeah, this could have definitely been 2 hours. Like totally could have been 2 hours. So amazing job. Thank you so much. Yeah, and everybody, well, I think you're in the chat now. Even when you were asking, people are like, "You're doing great, keep going." Like they're loving everything that you gave them. So thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. I'm not seeing any more questions come in. So I'm going to stop the recording now.